Born on April 18th, 1880, Sam Wahoo Crawford was born in Wahoo, Nebraska. Now, you may be asking yourself, who is Sam Crawford and why is he important? Well, as the thumbnail gives away, Sam Crawford is the forgotten king of triples in Major League Baseball. I consider myself to be quite knowledgeable when it comes to baseball and baseball history, but I have to admit, I never heard of Sam Crawford until the other day. So once I heard him mentioned and how he is the king of triples in Major League Baseball, I started to dig into his career and life and numbers, and I found him to be a fascinating baseball player. So that's why today we are here to talk about him. So Crawford played during the dead ball era. His rookie season was in 1899 for the Cincinnati Reds at age 19. And in the first 4 years of his career, he played for the Reds, where he had very respectable numbers, a lot of triples, of course. In 1900, he had 15 triples. In 1901, he had 16 triples and 16 home runs with 104 RBIs. And do not forget, this is the dead ball era. And in his final year with the Reds in 1902, he had 22 triples and he batted .333 with 256 total bases. At the end of the 1902 season, Crawford signed a contract with both Cincinnati and Detroit. And according to Wikipedia, the competing contracts led to a publicized legal dispute, with the judge ultimately awarding Crawford to the Tigers, but requiring $3,000 in compensation to the Reds. So the Reds lost one of the best players of the dead ball era and just got $3,000 in return. So once Crawford showed up to the Tigers in 1903, that's where he belonged for the rest of his Major League Baseball career. And in those 15 seasons, he put up some incredible numbers. In his first year with the Tigers in 1903, he had 25 triples and 269 total bases, all while batting .335. He'd go on to be incredibly consistent throughout his whole run in Detroit, culminating into his best season in 1914 at the age of 34. Crawford had 26 triples, 104 RBIs, batted .314, and had 281 total bases. And he finished second in MVP voting that year. So when it was all said and done for Crawford's Major League Baseball career, he ended up with 2,961 hits, just 39 hits shy of 3,000, 458 doubles, 309 triples, 97 home runs, which is quite the impressive feat for the dead ball era, a .309 career batting average, and a career 144 OPS plus, and a total of 4,328 total bases. Still to this day, he is ranked 5th for all-time hits for the Tigers, and during his run with the Tigers, he was famously paired with Ty Cobb, and during this time, they won 3 AL pennants, but they never won a World Series together. Some reports say that they got along real well, and they had a really good chemistry out in the outfield because Crawford played right field and Ty Cobb played center. And some say that they didn't like each other, and again, they were very contentious towards one another. So who really knows what went on back then? But I bet if you were to ask Crawford or Cobb what they regret most in their career, it'd be them winning 3 straight American League pennants and them not coming away with a single World Series title, either in 1907, 1908, or 1909. Furthermore, you could even kind of say that Crawford and Cobb were 2 of the main reasons why they didn't win a World Series in either of those years, because in their 3 World Series appearances, Crawford only hit 243, and Ty Cobb hit 200 in the 1907 World Series and only 231 in the 1909 World Series. So after Crawford's release from the Tigers after the 1917 season, he moved out to California and started playing for the Los Angeles Angels in the Pacific Coast League. Now at this time, it was technically minor league baseball, but many baseball historians say that the competition in the PCL at that time was at the same level as Major League Baseball. Due to segregation not being a thing on the West Coast, they had all walks of life playing back then, so therefore the competition was really good. And in his 4 seasons with the Angels, he helped them win a PCL championship in 1918 and 1921. In 1918, he played in 96 total games where he got 104 hits, batted .292. Solid numbers, right? Especially for an aging star like himself. But in 1919, he hit .360 with 239 hits, 41 doubles, and 18 triples. And moving on to 1920, he batted .332 with 239 hits, 46 doubles, 21 triples in 187 games. Yeah, back in the day in the PCL, they played a ton of games. So the numbers are a little inflated, don't get me wrong, but to play 187 games and hold a .332 average, that is simply incredible. And in his final season, at age 41 in 1921, he hit .316 with 199 hits, 44 doubles in 175 games. There's no doubt at all that Crawford had an incredible playing career, whether in the major leagues or in the PCL. And by 1924, he ended up being the head coach at the University of Southern California, aka USC, and he held the head baseball position until 1929. And after his managing days for USC were over, he even went on to be an umpire in the PCL league from 1935 to 1938. But after 1938, he finally hung up his spikes for good. He did not play anymore, he did not umpire, he did not manage, nothing. He finally stepped away from the great game of baseball at the end of the 1938 season. So it wasn't until 1957 when Crawford was actually inducted into the Hall of Fame from the Veterans Committee, and 11 years later in 1968, at the age of 88, Crawford suffered a stroke and passed away. So in the 88 years of life Crawford had, he spent half of them playing baseball, and what an incredible career this man had. To simply put, Sam Wahoo Crawford had an incredible life, an incredible career, and it's kind of sad that I didn't know about him until the other day. He's easily one of the best dead ball players ever in Major League history. I mean, just think about it. He has 309 career triples, led the American League in RBIs 3 times, 2-time home run leader in 1901 and 1908, first guy to do it for the AL and NL, has his name honored by the Tigers, is in the Reds Hall of Fame, and is in the National Baseball Hall of Fame. So hopefully you guys learned something new today about Sam Wahoo Crawford. Again, I consider myself quite the knowledgeable person when it comes to baseball and baseball history, but I knew nothing about Sam Wahoo Crawford. So with that said, what are your thoughts on Sam Crawford, the forgotten king of triples? Let me know down in the comment section below. And while you're down there, if you can like the video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be greatly appreciated. Until next time, guys, everyone have a great day. Thanks for watching.